excited to share some of my favorite things, so stay tuned for that. Hi, welcome to Schulte Sweetie's Homeschool YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie and I'm a mom of 3 girls, ages 13, 10, and 7. And we are finishing up our 8th year of homeschooling. So today is a collaboration hosted by myself and CJ at Homeschooling Through High School. And we are hosting this, and there's going to be a playlist down below of other moms sharing 20 of their favorite things. We have a list to kind of go off of, so maybe this will be helpful to you to find some new resources or things. So let's get started. Number 1, favorite calendar or planner. So I have been using this School Nest planning minimal notebook, and it has worked out great. I actually put it in a flex binder. I really do love School Nest planners in particular. So I was kind of like, I waited for their release and everything. But if you didn't know, next year I'm only going to have 1 child homeschooling, and then the other 2 are going to public school. So the biggest thing that I felt like I needed in particular was a big calendar. Everything else, like the writing down what we've done and stuff, kind of could be flexible and things, and I don't use my planner as much as I would like to. So I decided to try something different, and part of the reason why I put this planner in a flex binder was because when I just put the planner in by itself without like protection, it would break, and so or like bend and everything, so it was just falling apart. So I wanted something that was sturdy and kind of met my needs. This is a teacher planner, so it's not quite a homeschool planner. This is Jubtic, and I will link it down below on Amazon, but I have a video coming out about it. Basically, it still has my like days that I can mark like the subjects and what we've done, but in particular, my favorite thing is the calendar is really big, and it had some little stickers, of course, and like the dates, it's undated, so they had stickers that came with it, and so I put the dates all in here, and it has a notes section over here, so I really appreciate that. I think this is going to be really helpful for me. Some of the teacher pages, I'm actually gluing some different calendars and those type of things in here. So I'm going to just make it my own. This was under $20. It might be a little more now because it was like on sale when I bought it. But I'm excited to use this, and it's very sturdy hardback, and it even does this. So I can shove it into a bag and not have to worry about it. So number 2, favorite homeschool game. Now, I'm sorry, I can't pick just one because my girls love homeschooling games. So I'm going to show you 6. Miss Bernard is a wild card, is one of their favorite and one of mine. This is like you're going through and figuring out nouns and rhyming words, adjectives, and action verb, a noun, adjective, rhyme, and a teacher. So it's a fun little language arts game, and then they also add their score up at the end. So that is a favorite, and I really actually enjoy playing that one as well. Another one is Sleeping Queens. This is actually our 2nd set of Sleeping Queens. The other one was well loved, and so we got a new one. We just love this, and it has some math skills in it as well, and it's a quick game. That's what I usually like about that. Another one is Scrambled States of America. This is a go-to game for us with learning about the states and things. There's some cards in here that I don't love, like if the cards say find a state that is brown, like the color brown, because of the colors that they have in the game. So there's some of those that I don't love, but they are really learning a lot of geography for United States with that game. Another one that we've been playing a lot more with my younger 2 is Clumsy Thief. This is really good with, this is Clumsy Thief in the candy shop, and this is really good with addition. You're trying to make matches of up to 20 with different numbers, and then it's kind of quick too. So I like this game. That's a good math game. Then this is a game that I sometimes try to avoid because sometimes it can take a while, but Icons is a great game though for learning, especially about women in history. I think that there's not enough emphasis on women in history, and so I love that this game focuses on women in history. And it's all sorts of, like, it can be performing arts, it can be like human rights. There's all sorts of things in here, and my girls really love playing it, and they are like remembering the different people in this game as well. So I do like the game, but sometimes I'm like, it takes a while to play it. And then the last game I have is Even Stevens Odd. This is a fun one. My two younger daughters especially like this one. It's a lot of math. Sometimes you're rolling just one certain number. Sometimes you're doing some adding or division and different things. So, and you have to kind of think through, like, logically what color is what dice and stuff. So we also like this one. I told you, we have a lot of fun games. Next one is Favorite Storage Organizer. So I have a couple that I found like a year ago. If you don't know me, I am very unorganized, and that's actually not in my favor with homeschooling and all the pieces that come together. I should do a realistic vision of this room right now. It is kind of a mess, but I try to keep things organized, but it doesn't always stay that way. But I found this one. I thought both of these, I think, at Hobby Lobby a year ago. This one is for our math manipulatives. They use Apologia Math, so we have like a section in here. I'm not going to open it because things will fall out, but we have a section for like dice, like little square beads that I got at the dollar store. Some of these came from the Good and the Beautiful, like math things, or like the boxes that we were using when we were using the Good and the Beautiful, or I even like made my own boxes with them too. So I have like Uno cards over here. We use those a lot for Apologia Math. We have cars, toothpicks, we have popsicle sticks, all sorts of the dice and change. We also have like these dollar bills that came from the Good and the Beautiful as well. They were just printed ones. So I have those all in here, and I just love that everything has a place, and this is like pretty flat too and easy to get things in and out of. The other thing, I got this actually when I started using Logic of English last year. We aren't actually using that currently, but I found that it was a good place for other cards as well. So like our multiplication, division, addition cards. So this has it has 4 different sections, and the sections were really large, which is what you need, especially for like the Logic of English flashcards were too big for most, like you can't put it in like a recipe card box because they were so big. So I really liked this one, that everything had a place as well. The next one, number 4, is favorite app or websites for homeschooling. So a couple of apps that I use are the All About Reading app. We use that a lot, and I really like that. Of course, YouTube, I use that a lot with either my channel, also with finding videos for my girls to watch. The Lexia app is another one that my daughter has really been using a lot this year that has, I think, really boosted her reading. We've got Reading Eggs as well as Teach Your Monster to Read. Those are both great options for reading assistance as well. And then 2 other ones that my girls really like are Epic and Books, and those are like reading books. They have like books that you can read, and Epic for us, like it's free for during the school day with our public virtual school, but by evening they can't use it, so it gets a little they're bummed sometimes. And they have like books, like electronic books, but also like audiobooks on there as well. Favorite Homeschool Supply Store. Now I have a couple. First of all, Amazon is just the most convenient sometimes, although if I can find a better deal, and usually I can with Christian Book or Rainbow Resources, that is where I will go to for those things. Number 6 is Favorite Binding Machine, and this is my trusty Pro-Click binding machine. I use this all the time. I print a lot of our curriculum, and so I use that. I do have some of the Pro-Click bindings although this might be off-brand. But they were kind of expensive. And I mean, you can reuse these, so that is nice, but they're kind of small too. So I have just learned to also get like the spirals, and I have like a whole pack, and these colors like make me happy. I do really like actually using the spirals because especially the colors make me happy. So, and I love having different sizes available. So like sometimes I needed something smaller, so I have, you know, like these green ones that are tiny now. So I do like having those available. Next one is Favorite Laminator, and this is number 7. This is my also trusty one. This is Amazon Basics. I have had this, I think, the entire time I've homeschooled. I think that was probably one of the first purchases I got when we started homeschooling, and it has come in handy throughout the years. So like I said, we're finishing up our 8th year of homeschooling, and I have had this the whole time, had no issues. So I'm very thankful for that. Then the next one is number 8, Favorite Printer or paper. I have had the Canon G6020 for 3 or 4 years now, and it has done a great job. There, every once in a while, like I have some issues, but they are usually easily resolved, and I have really liked this printer. So I will link it down below. And then as far as paper, I am just a cheapie. I just get normal cheap Amazon Basics paper usually, and get like a whole container of it because I'm printing constantly. I did print Beowulf's Big Book of History from Guest Hollow, and I did use like weighted paper for that, but otherwise I'm just like, it doesn't matter to me. I don't really care as much about the quality, and our printer does, like, it prints well enough, but like the colors are not like spot on, but to me it doesn't bother me. And so I want efficiency over like quality sometimes, which is silly, but that's who I am. So the next one, number 9, is Favorite Notebook. This is probably not much of a surprise, but we have really loved these School Nest notebooks this year. I wasn't really sure how it was all going to go, but this year we are ending the year especially using these a whole lot. I have a whole video about School Nest that I will link, but I especially like my daughter is in 1st grade, so she has a small picture, she has big lines, and then she has a dotted page over here, and she has really loved that, especially with our draw right now. She is using it like crazy, and so is my one that is more intimidated by writing. She has small lines, and then she has a dotted page over here, so we have really liked those. Number 10 is the place to get or buy books. Typically I will look online if I want to have a book. I will look online for like at Thrift books or like even Amazon used. I rarely buy a book brand new. I like a book, some of those places, that's where I will purchase books, unless I can find a really good deal on the same books that I want, like brand new, or I will just go to the library and get them that way. Sometimes we have lucked out with thrift stores and like just even those free libraries, and so I really appreciated that as well. So just don't discount your thrift stores and things, because sometimes you can find some hidden treasures there. The next one would be electronic product. Your favorite electronic product. I will have to say it is probably my computer, because I can easily just like pull up videos and things on my computer. That's usually how we do it. We do have a nice TV, but it's just sometimes the easiest, and like I never know if we're going to be upstairs or downstairs, but this is portable, and so that is my favorite electronic product. I do also utilize my iPad, as well as my daughters have iPads, and they use those for apps and things as well. So we do use those as a lot as well, and you know, my phone too. So we are pretty much an electronic family here. What favorite homeschool motherhood podcast? I will say I am not really one to listen to podcasts very much. I've been trying to get into them, but I'm more of one that will listen to audiobooks over podcast. So that is kind of where I'm at with that. I don't really have any to recommend. If you have any to recommend that I should definitely check out, let me know down below. Number 13 is your favorite mug or water bottle. This is my favorite water bottle. It's just like one of the stainless steel water bottles, and I love that the ice stays cold and the water stays cold, and I put my little fun stickers from traveling on it. And I do really like it because it fits in cup holders and it has a handle. So that's my favorite water bottle. As far as like mug, or I don't really drink hot coffee very much. So like every day when I do iced coffee, I just put it in like a tall thing with ice. So I don't really have a favorite necessarily. I just like tall ice coffees every day. Number 14 is my favorite homeschool thrift secret. Well, I kind of already mentioned it, is not to discount the books and the educational sections of thrift stores. I have one in particular where I live. It's really tiny. I hardly ever find any other like good things that I want to purchase, but I always go, they have like one bookshelf and I scour it, and I have found so many great books that I needed. And also, like what I said, like free libraries, we've found some great ones. One time we were at a library that had a free library outside and found like a thick science book. So sometimes people are getting rid of those type of things. Definitely don't forget to check out the books section, because you never know, you might even find curriculum there. Next one is favorite pens, pencils, markers, etc. And I'm just going to touch on pens. My favorite ones are these Papermate ink joys, and I just love it. I think part of the reason why I love these is because there's so many colors, and I love color. So these are my favorite pens because I have a bunch of them and I can just like pull out a new color, and it's just fun to me. Number 16 is favorite homeschooling encouraging book, and so I have two that I really enjoyed a lot. One is Adventuring Together by Greta Eskridge, and then the other one is Homeschool Bravely by Jamie Erickson. So check those two out. And I have number 17 is favorite printable resource. Now that's a hard one because I print a lot. Lately it's been Harbor and Sprout units and Elemental Science, the science chunks. I love Guest Hollow's printable resources, and I love lots of free resources. You know, The Good and the Beautiful has free resources that I print, so I have a lot of printable resources that I use. The next one is number 18, favorite homeschool tip. So this is something that I remember from early on that someone told me, and it has stuck in my mind. Like, you are not gonna get it right probably the first time with curriculum, like with all the choices and all the things that you pick out and think that it's gonna go so well. They were like, you might be purchasing all these things, but be flexible because you might have to make adjustments and try different things. So that's actually come in handy a lot because it's made me realize it's important to meet the child where they're at instead of just trying to push the curriculum because you like it. We even experienced that this year in our 8th year of homeschooling. The biggest homeschool benefit, number 19. So that is a hard one because the biggest benefit I loved about homeschooling is flexibility. But that has changed a whole lot this year because we also are now on public school schedule, so we don't really have that as much. But I love being able to be with my kids and that they have time to play. And I loved previously, like in some of our first year of homeschooling, we had the chance to spend that time making memories with my dad before he passed away. So that is just priceless to me, and I think that was one of the biggest benefits of homeschooling, especially when we did. But there continues to be benefits to homeschooling even without the flexibility that we have. We do like to pick up and go to like the park or go on field trips and things like that too. So there's all sorts of things. So number 20 is add anything else that I would like. And so that is actually something I'm going to have you ask me. Is there something that you wish I would have added to this favorite list? any of my favorite things, I can try to answer that for you. So comment down below with one of the favorite things that you would like to know. All right, so that is our whole list today, and don't forget to check out the playlist down below. Have a great day.